Good morning class. This is for ECE 4th semester. The subject is signals and system. Today we will be discussing about classifications of signals and systems. First is introductions to signals, and very first topic is what is signal. A signal may be a function of time, temperature, position, pressure, distance, etc. Some signals in our daily life are music, speech, picture and video signals. Systematically we can define a signal as a function of one or more independent variables which contain some information, or we can say a function of one or more independent variable that carries some information to represent a physical phenomena. In electrical sense, the signal can be a voltage or current. The voltage or current is a function of time as an independent variable. In daily life, we come across several electric signals such as radio signal, TV signal, computer signal. Many signals that we come across are naturally generated signals. However, few signals are also generated synthetically. The signals can be one-dimensional or multidimensional. First is one-dimensional signal. When the function depends on a single variable and the signal is said to be one-dimensional. Example of one-dimensional signal is space signal, whose amplitude varies with time. Multidimensional signal. When the function depends on two or more variables, the signal is said to be multidimensional. The example of a multidimensional signal is an image, because it's a two-dimensional signal, that is horizontal and vertical coordinates. Now, how a signal is represented? Mathematically, the signals are represented as a function of one or more independent variable. Here, t is independent variable, f of t is dependent variable that depends on time t. Next is classifications of signals. Based upon their nature and characteristics in the time domain, the signal may be broadly classified as under: first is continuous and discrete time signals, deterministic and random signals, even and odd signal, periodic and non-periodic, energy and power signal. Now first is continuous time signals and discrete time signals. A continuous time signal may be defined as a mathematically continuous function. This function is defined continuously in the time domain. For continuous time signals, the independent variable is time t, and the continuous time signal is represented by x of t as shown in this figure. This is a continuous time signal. In this signal, we can say that a signal of continuous amplitude and time is called continuous signal, or also called as analog signal. The signal will have some value at every instant of time, that is called continuous signal. The electric signals derived in proportion with the physical quantities such as temperature, pressure, sound are generally continuous signals. Other example of continuous signals are sine wave, cosine wave, triangular wave. The continuous time signals are represented by x of t, where x represents the shape of the signal and t shows that the variable is time. Then opposite of continuous time signal is discrete time signals. A discrete time signals is defined only at certain time instants. For discrete time signal, amplitude between two instants is not just defined. For discrete time signals, the independent variable is time, that is n instead of t. A discrete time signal is represented by x of n, where time is n. This means that to represent a discrete time signal, we shall enclose the independent variable n in brackets. So this figure shows a discrete time signal. Therefore, we can say that if the signal is represented only at discrete instants of time, then it is called as discrete time signal, and also the discrete time signals have values only at certain instants of time. So this is an example between continuous time signal and discrete time signal. In continuous time signal, the signal having some value at every instant of time, but in discrete time signal, a signal having some value at particular instant of time, not at every instant of time. So this is the main comparison between continuous and discrete time signal. Also, other comparison is here time is t, but in discrete time signal the time is n. So the amplitude in continuous time signal is represented as x of t, whereas in discrete time signal it is represented as x of n. Next is deterministic and non-deterministic signal. The deterministic signals are those signals which can be completely specified in time. The pattern of this type of signal is regular and can be characterized mathematically. Also, the nature and amplitude of such a signal at any time can be predicted. For example, x of t is equal to sine 3t is a deterministic signal, because by putting the value of t, we can find out the value of x of t. Other example of a deterministic signal is x of t is equal to b into t. B is constant here, and x of t depends on time t. On the other hand, non-deterministic signal, also called random signals. A non-deterministic signal is one whose occurrence is always random in nature. The pattern of such a signal is quite irregular. Non-deterministic signals are called random signals. Behavior of these type of signal is random, that means not predictable with respect to time. And these signals cannot be expressed as mathematically. For example, a typical example of non-deterministic or random signal is noise signal. Thermal noise is generated in an electrical circuit. Such a noise signal has probabilistic behavior as shown in this figure. Third type of signal is signal classification, that is periodic and non-periodic. Non-periodic is also called aperiodic signal. First is periodic signal. A signal which repeats itself after a fixed time period is called periodic signal. The periodicity of a signal can be defined mathematically. A function that satisfies the condition, that is x of t is equal to x of t plus t. We can also write it as x of t is equal to x of t plus t naught, where t naught or capital T is the period of the signal x of t. In other words, a signal x of t repeats itself after a fixed interval of time, after a fixed period of t or t naught. So the fundamental frequency is f is equal to 1 by t, and angular frequency omega is equal to 2 pi f, or omega is equal to 2 pi by t. Second is a non-periodic signal, also called aperiodic signal. A signal which does not repeat itself after a fixed interval of time or does not repeat at all is called non-periodic or aperiodic signal. The non-periodic signals do not satisfy the condition of periodicity. Therefore, for a non-periodic signal, we have x of t not equal to x of t plus t, or x of t not equal to x of t plus t naught, where t or t naught is a fundamental period. The example of periodic signal is sine signal, cosine signal, square wave, because a sine wave which is periodic, because it repeats itself after a period t naught. And the example of non-periodic signal is exponential signal, that is non-periodic, but it's deterministic, because we can express it mathematically. Also, the condition of a periodic signal in discrete time form as x of n is equal to x of n plus n, or x of n is equal to x of n plus n naught, where n naught is or n is fundamental period. And for aperiodic signal, x of n is not equal to x of n plus n or n plus n naught. Next is important condition for periodicity of a discrete time signal. A discrete time sinusoidal signal is periodic only if its frequency f0 is rational. Rational means it is a ratio of two integers. This means that the frequency f0 should be in the form of a ratio of two integers. And we also know condition for periodicity for a discrete time signal as x of n is equal to x of n plus n. Capital N is fundamental period. For satisfying the condition of periodicity, the frequency of the discrete time signal should be the ratio of two integer or should be irrational, that is f0 is equal to k by n. It is the ratio of two integer, that means frequency is rational. If frequency is rational, that means it is a periodic signal. If frequency is irrational, that means not rational, then it's a aperiodic signal or non-periodic signal. Next is even and odd signals. Even signal is called symmetric signal and odd signal is called antisymmetric signals. First is even signal. A signal x of t is said to be symmetrical or even if it satisfies the following condition. The condition is x of t is equal to x of minus t. Whereas the example of even signal is cosine signal. That is the example of even signal. Second is odd signal, that is antisymmetrical signal. A signal x of t is said to be antisymmetrical or odd if it satisfies the following condition. The condition for odd signal is x of t is equal to minus of x of minus t, and that is the example of odd signal or antisymmetric signal. And also decomposing a signal into even and odd parts. The even part is equal to or even part of any function. Suppose function is g of t, then even part of this function get is equal to g of t plus g of minus t by 2. And the odd part of a function g of t is equal to g of t minus of g of minus t by 2. Last classification of signal is energy and power signals. First is energy signal. Signals may also be classified as energy and power signals. First is energy signal. The energy signal is one which has finite energy and zero average power. So hence x of t is an energy signal if energy is greater than 0 but less than infinity and power is 0, where E is the energy and P is the power of the signal x of t. And the energy is defined as the area under the square of the magnitude of the signal. Signal is x of t. So energy is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity magnitude of x of t whole square into dt. Second one is power signal. A power signal is one which has finite average power and infinite energy. Hence x of t is a power signal if P is greater than 0 but less than infinity and energy is infinity. And average power of the signal is given by P is equal to limit t tends to infinity 1 by t integration minus t by t 2 to t by 2 a magnitude of x of t whole square into dt. Now the comparison between energy and power signals. First comparison in energy signal is total normalized energy is finite and non-zero, whereas in power signals the normalized average power is finite and non-zero. Non-periodic signals are energy signals. Practical periodic signals are power signals. Energy signals are time limited but power signals can exist over infinite time. Power of energy signal is zero, whereas the energy of the power signal is finite. Example of energy signal is rectangular pulse, whereas the example of power signal is a periodic pulse train. So this is all about the classifications of signals and what is signal and classification of signals. Next is system and its classification. First is what is a system. A system may be defined as a set of elements or functional blocks which are connected together and produces an output in response to an input signal. The response or output of the system depends on the transfer function of the system. Mathematically, the functional relationship between input and output is the output signal y of t is function of input signal, that is function of x of t. Various type of filters, amplifiers, communication channels are examples of electrical systems. Big systems like a TV set is the interconnection of small systems like toner, IF amplifier, video amplifiers, sound amplifiers. Next is classification of systems. First is causal and non-causal. A system is causal if the output does not begin before the input function is applied. So for a causal system, the output depends on the present and past value of the input. But in non-causal, that is also called anti-causal system, in which the output depends on present, past and future value of the input. Second is linear and non-linear system. A system is called linear if superposition principle applied to that system. This means that a linear system may be defined as one whose response to the sum of the weighted inputs is same as the sum of the weighted responses, whereas non-linear system, the principle of superposition does not hold true. So the few examples of linear system are filters, communication channels. Third type of system is time variant and time invariant. A system is time invariant if the input-output relationship does not vary with time. This means that a system is time invariant if its behavior and input-output characteristics do not change with time. For a time invariant system, the time shift in the input signal results in corresponding time shift in the output. Second is a time variant. In time variant, if the output input characteristics of a system changes with time, then the system is called as time variant system. The fourth one is stable and unstable system. Stable system means which bounded input produces bounded output, whereas in unstable or a stable system in which the bounded input does not produce bounded output. Last one is static and dynamic system. Static system are also called as memoryless system. Basically, these systems contain no energy storage elements. This means that the equation relating its output signal to its input signal contains no derivative, no integrals and signal delay. A static or memoryless system is a system with an output signal whose value depends only upon the present value of the input signal. For example, y of n is equal to x square n. This system is memoryless because the value of the output signal y of n at time n depends only on the present value of the input signal, that is x of n. Second is dynamic system. A dynamic system or system with memory is a system with an output signal that at any specified time depends on the value of the input signal at both the specified time and at other times. These systems have one or more energy storage elements. The input-output relationship of a dynamic continuous time signal system is described by its differential equations. Similarly, input-output relationship of a dynamic discrete time signal or system is described by its difference equations. A capacitor is an example of continuous time system with the memory. So this is all about the system and its classifications. That's all about the today's lecture.